We're back, y'all. Can y'all see us?
Happy
Happy
Mother's
Mother's
Day.
Day. So, if you guys are new to us, we are the Sammy Nicole and Fifi show here on YouTube. And on our channel, we talk about all things love, life, and relationships. And a little bit of pop culture as well. So today we're coming to you guys on a Mother's Day live. If you guys like our lives, make sure you comment below in the comment section just to let us know that you like it. And yeah, we just want to chit chat with y'all. We had a good. You want to tell them how your Mother's Day was,
My
Fifi?
Mother's Day has been wonderful. I started the morning off great. Then my daughter took me out. I started the morning off great with my mom. Then my daughter took me out to the Palm here in Atlanta at the Western on Peachtree.
Dramatic.
Because you know that my daughter is very successful. And I am so proud of her. I am so proud of her. She's real private, so I really can't go into, her life, but just know that I raised a black female scientist. Most of you already know she's an epidemiologist. That's no secret. But I am extremely proud of her. The Palms was really nice. It was everything that I expected. I like fine dining, meaning that I don't go anywhere where there's hookahs. Um,
Oh Lord.
where it's music, boom, 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 and all that kind of stuff. I don't do that. I like fine dining. So I went to the Palms and it was really nice, y'all. The Palms was really nice. My lash tech, Karima, told me about the Palms and she kept talking about it. And I was like, I want to go to the Palms. Karima keeps talking about the Palms. So, Karima, it was everything. So we had a really good time. We had drinks and we had lunch, a late lunch, and it was nice. Great atmosphere. Let's talk about motherhood. I just want to expunge on that for a minute.
Expound on that. Okay.
Expound on that for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Motherhood. Um, it's everything that I thought it would be. Being a mother, as you all know, Samantha is 30. Well, 29.
Mm-hmm.
30, 29. She'll be 30 at the end of the year. And I went through 12 hours of labor on December 30th. That's right. It was born December 30th, 1992. And 12 hours of labor, and it was everything. It was difficult. But now that I look back on it, I would do it all over again. Raising a child, being a single parent.
A divorced parent. You are not a single parent.
Well, I was single.
Okay, go ahead.
Raising my child on my own.
Get through it.
Uh, it was some difficult times. I'm not gonna lie. It was not easy. There was some obstacles and some things that Samantha had going on. Um, but I will share one story with you guys, and I think I've shared this before when Samantha was in pre-K. How when I went to go pick her up, the pre-K teacher told me she went to kindergarten in Dunwoody, and the pre-K teacher told me that Samantha had been dancing on top of the table. Now she was 4, maybe 3, maybe 4. It was pre-K. You go to pre-K when you're 4. So I think that story right there will always stick with me, no matter how old Samantha gets. Can you imagine picking up your 4-year-old from daycare, and the daycare worker tells you that she's been dancing on top of the table, and they're looking at you like you're an unfit parent, and like you have exposed her to certain type behavior. So I think that moment in parenthood is one of the most embarrassing moments I think I had with Samantha. Is when I picked her up from pre-K at 4. And the pre-K teacher told me she had been dropping it like it's hot on top of the table. She actually stood in a chair and got on top of the table dancing.
Allegedly.
Dancing. So I think to look back on my motherhood, I think that, you've been working all day, you're a single parent, you rushing to go pick your baby up. You're excited to see her, because I was always excited to see her. I never wanted to leave her, and my goal for the end of the day was to always make sure I got back to her and picked her up, right? Because it was just me and her. So you get into the daycare, and the daycare teacher, and just to make it worse, the daycare teacher was Pentecostal, so she was saved and sanctified and holy. So she's looking at me like I'm a heathen because I have my 4-year-old dancing on top of the table. So, I had me and Samantha had a conversation after daycare. And of course, Samantha said that another little girl influenced her to do it. So at that point, we had our first conversation about being a leader and not a follower. And then from that, I didn't do any spanking. We didn't do a lot of spanking, or I didn't do a lot of hitting Samantha. Samantha was always advanced for her age. She was what you would call an old soul. So, like I talk to her now is the way, I talked to her when she was a child, but on a different level where she could understand it, of course. So we sat down and we had we conversed. We had a conversation. That's inappropriate. Where did you get that from? And I found out where she got it from. It's inappropriate. Where did you get that from? We don't do that. I need for you to do A, B, and C while you in school. You are a leader. You are not a follower. I don't care what the other person is doing. We don't do that. So I think that was the one of the highlights of being a mother with Samantha. I guess you would say it was negative because you were only 4 and you were dancing on top of the table like a stripper, like a video vixen. She was doing moves like a
Dance
video
like a
vixen.
stripper. I'm about to throw them moves and dance like a stripper.
So, y'all, that motherhood thing, that was a highlight of my motherhood, and so I shout out to all the mothers out there, all the single mothers, all the mothers that sacrifice. Motherhood is a sacrifice. Um, you are a mother whether you don't feel like being a mother. You are a mother to the end. I'm still a mother. I will always be a mother. And one of my greatest assets is being a mother. It's she keeps every day she keeps paying off, like, she keeps giving. It's the gift that keeps giving. And she's at a point where she's grown now, and I'm still relatively young. So I get to do my thing. We get to do things together. Oh, and I've raised her where she can be a productive individual in this society and take care of herself. So I'm proud of that. But like I said, people ask me, one of my greatest assets, one of my greatest accomplishments is being a mother and being able to raise my daughter and see her thrive in society and see her be successful. There's nothing more rewarding than that. I tell people, you have to, what you put into your children is what you get back. You have to invest time. Not we want to spoil our kids, of course, and give them material things. And I think, Samantha, you would say you had all the material stuff you wanted. um but I think you also have to invest time in them. You have to give them resources. You have to be able to give them a lifestyle where they can thrive. And that's why I'm not a big advocate of having a lot of kids. I don't think that you should bring kids into the world and you can't give them the bare necessities, not let alone the things that they want, but the bare necessities. I'm not an advocate of that, and I don't condone just having kids just to be having kids. That's just not my ideology on bringing forth kids or having a family. So, but I think that you should invest in your children, and I think that time, whatever it is, time, resources, education, that was never an option. Of course, we know that everybody is not college material. Sometimes it takes others longer, but I think that it was an option for Samantha because I saw her intellect at a very young age. I saw that she had the ability to succeed academically. So I invested time in that area and resources in that area so she could be successful. Each child is different. I don't care if you have three kids and you raise them in the same household. Each child is different. You'll hear people say, "We came from the same household." I have two other siblings and we came from the same household, but we're totally different. So I think that if you have more than one child, I think that each child is different. Each child is going to need something from you at various times in their lives. You're going to deposit something different in each child. So I think that, it's not about having a favorite child. It's about having a child and giving that child what they need to thrive, what that particular child needs to thrive. And I think that was my biggest goal, to make sure that I deposited in her so she can be a functioning individual in this society. So motherhood has been great for me. And I know at some point Samantha wants to be a mother, right?
Right.
Okay. So I'll be excited about that, seeing her being a mother, being nurturing. I think that's very important too, as a mother, that we nurture our children, and we treat our girls different from we treat our boys. I, of course, didn't have a boy. I had a girl. I think girls require a little bit more than boys, just because girls are a little bit more emotional. Um, there was always something going on with Samantha. It was always something. It was, I don't want to wear this today. This don't look right. I want to put this on. I want to wear this, or it was just something. Girls are just different, and that's when I tell people that have girls, from the age of, I would say, 5 to maybe 8. Girls are just so loving and so sweet with their moms, but by the time they get to the age of 10 on up, the attitude comes. And it's like, and it's just because their bodies are going through changes. And but Miss Samantha has always been strong willed, so we were able to balance it out, and a couple of times we had some.
Yeah, we've had moments where we've bumped heads, and we still
Yeah,
do now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Still have moments where, I
she
have to get her
knows
together.
she knows that I am her mother, and she respects that. And I respect her now that she's an adult. She's 30, so I have to respect her. And we talk about boundaries, and that's another thing that we need to
We
discuss.
still working on.
We talk about boundaries, and we're still working on boundaries. And I think that's very important with your adult kids, is to have boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
um you're always gonna be, I think, because I'm always in parenting mode, I'm always in mother mode, but I have to realize now that you are a 30-year-old woman, and I can relax now. You got it. I've given you the foundation. That's another thing. Make sure your kids have a foundation they can always stand on, whether it's spiritual, whether it's uh, whatever you believe in. Make sure your child has that foundation they can always fall back on, always relate to. So, I have to realize that, hey, I've given you the foundation and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
And there's boundaries. We have boundaries. You have to have boundaries with your adult children. I believe that.
I do too. So
Yeah.
yeah, we had a great Mother's Day. Oh, what else? We saw D Nice at the Palms. He was with his mom and his daughters, and yeah, we
Oh, I'm
always see
excited
people
about that.
out in Atlanta, so it's like kind of desensitized. Y'all know when we went to Miami, we saw Diddy. He walked right past us. His face was beat for the gods. Um,
Yeah, stuff like
it's
that
just
doesn't excite me.
desensitized because you see him so much living here in
Yeah, when you
Atlanta
live in Atlanta and you see celebrities
all
out
the time.
all the time, it doesn't phase you, because I've been here for over 30 years now. So, you see people all the time, and plus I'm a celebrity. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
It's the confidence and the ego for me.
Don't get it
It's
twisted.
the confidence and the ego for
But
me.
no, Atlanta is full of who's who, and
Everybody be
pretentiousness.
here.
Everybody's a superstar in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Everybody is a star.
everybody is a star in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's what we wanted to talk about, just motherhood, Mother's Day, and all the mothers. I hope you enjoy your day. Enjoy your
Mm-hmm.
day. Take time out to do something special for yourself. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was saying earlier, when Samantha was small, since I was a single parent, I didn't always have, someone giving me cards and gifts and all
I
that.
always made you stuff at school.
Samantha always made me something at school, and I still have it to this day. I have a bag with everything that she made for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a whole bag of things just all about Samantha. I saved everything. I
Arts and
even,
craft.
yeah,
Yeah.
I even got her little hat from the hospital, and just all kind of stuff
Right.
that I saved. But she did. She would make me cute little things, and I would
Mm-hmm.
save them. But then I would also go and buy myself something.
Right.
I would treat myself.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that for sure.
Nothing. So treat yourself. Celebrate yourself.
Yeah. Happy
Um,
Mother's Day to all the mothers.
right.
Honoring the divine feminine today. So yeah, it's nice.
It's a good thing to be a mother. I know some
Mm-hmm.
people, there's mammies and then there's mothers.
Yeah, that's true. There's some of us, some people, unfortunately, they grow up with toxic mothers who
Right.
aren't able to nurture them, who neglect them, mistreat them. So that's true too. So we,
Right.
hold space for those
Mhm.
people too, and people who have lost
Mhm.
their mothers,
Yeah,
who are
people who are
now transitioned, and moms have transitioned, and now they're in the ancestral realm looking down, and still with them though. May not be able to physically touch them, but they're definitely still there with them.
right.
So yeah.
So I just wanted to expound.
Mm-hmm.
I said it right.
You said it right.
Okay,
Because expunge
expound.
means you like erase, you getting rid of something. Like you expunge your
Expound.
record or something.
This is my scholar. She's always gonna keep her mom up on her SAT words.
Oh, girl.
Okay.
All right. What else you want to talk about for Mother's Day?
Let's see what else I want to talk about. Let's talk about. I have a good relationship with my mom. I was
Mama's girl.
a mama's
Your
girl.
mama's shadow.
I was my mama's shadow. Um,
Everywhere she go.
everywhere my mama went, I went.
Separation anxiety.
I had, it was for real. I really did. And you had it too, Samantha. At
Yeah,
one point,
for sure.
Samantha slept in the bed with me till she was 8
What, 10?
or maybe 10.
Mm-hmm.
So um, and I think that you should just let your kids work that out. I tried to push Samantha, sleep in your own bed, sleeping in your own bed. And she wouldn't do it. And then one night she said, I'm going to get in my own bed. And she never came back to sleep with me. And that was the end of that. So I think that, some kids just go through that phase. But I was like that with my mom growing up, where me and my mom was close. My mom shopped for me until I was like 22, until I left home. My mom would literally go shopping and buy me clothes. And I'm talking about like expensive things. I always had the best of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I always dressed real nice. I was in beauty pageants. I was in talent shows. My mom just invested a lot of time in me. Whatever I wanted to do. Um, but the only thing I think that was not invested in me was to early, I did later, was to obtain an education. And I
She
was,
did the best she could.
yeah. But I did that later in life. And that was one thing that I did with Samantha. I always exposed her to academics and education, and going to school was always a must with her. It really wasn't an option for Samantha. Once I saw that she had the intellect to do it, It was like it wasn't an option. People ask me, well, what did you do to, have her be so successful in life? Well, it was never. I never gave her options. It was like we're gonna do A, B, and C, and when Samantha started off as far as school, it was rocky. And that's why you have to take time out and invest in your children. Um, you know, Making sure that, you talk to their teachers and you're involved in their education. Um, I think as a mother, sometimes we are so wrapped up in, just providing for our children that we forget that we have to focus on their future as well. So that was the thing with me, focusing on her future, making sure that she gets everything that she needs so she can be successful in life. And I'm not going to sit here and say that it was always easy, because there was some traumatic times, there were some trying times, um, raising Samantha. But we made it. And, because she was a sick child, she was sickly at the beginning. And I spent, time in the hospital with her, sleeping on hospital cots. And so what you see now is just God's grace and mercy, because nobody knows the beginning of the story. So there was some trying times in raising Samantha. But it got better, and I can remember an older woman telling me, she said, it'll get better, it'll get better. And it did, it got better. And so now we're at a stage in our mother and daughter relationship where we chilling.
Mm-hmm.
We chilling. We are um, reaping the fruits now. So it's a good thing. But motherhood is wonderful. I would do it all over again. I would raise her all over again. Um, Being single, divorced, or whatever you want to call it, I was by myself. But um, I did it. I did it. So
All right.
that's my Mother's Day speech.
It's her Mother's Day. Her Mother's Day dress. Y'all know the mamas in the
And
black
it
community
is
gotta have them a new
tradition
dress
that I get a Mother's Day
each
dress
year. Y'all know
every
how the
year
mamas do.
and a pair of shoes. Well, it's because my birthday is always the week before Mother's Day. So I always go
Back to back.
pick up something. And Samantha feels it because I get a birthday and then I get Mother's Day. And so it's nice. It's nice to be able to have a child that can, you know, they can do those things for her mom. And I think she likes it. She likes doing things for me. I'm truly blessed. But being a mother is awesome. Shout out to all the new mothers. Kids grow up so fast. They grow up so fast. I think by the time Samantha got in eighth grade, it was over with.
Yeah, time flies. You can get your money back, but you can't get your time back. So time is so important and so
Yeah.
precious. More than anything in this world, time.
And
It's
I'm
so precious.
excited to see what type of mother Samantha will be. It's going to be very interesting to see that. I'm excited about that. I won't be the kind of grandmother that keep my grandkids all the time. They can call me Nana, but Nana will not be keeping you all the time.
Girl,
I'm just not that kind of grandmother, y'all.
girl, whatever.
But I'm excited to see her get married and have children, or however she want to do it. Whatever she don't want to get married, whatever. This new generation. There's no rhyme to reason or rules anymore to anything. You just do what you do. So I'm excited about that. And so that was my Mother's Day. Mother's Day is always nice. I spent yesterday with my mother, Samantha, and I. We took her gifts and spent yesterday with her. So it's always a good thing to be able to share time with your mother
Mm-hmm.
and show love while they're still here.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't The way you show your love to your mother is the way you show your love to your mother. It's not a reflection of anybody else or your siblings or what they do. What they do with their mother, your mother, that's their relationship. Each child has their own relationship with their mother. And I think that's what I learned with my mom. I have my relationship and my siblings have their relationship. And I learned that too also in therapy. And the relationship that I have with my mother has nothing to do with my siblings. It has everything to do with me.
Hmm. All right, then. Anything else you want to share for Mother's Day?
Nope. Happy Mother's
Happy Mother's
Day.
Day, guys.
Y'all enjoy your day, or I hope you enjoyed your day. I hope you relaxed, or whatever you wanted to do, you did it.
Mm-hmm. And until next time, I'm Sam Nicole. This is Fifi. We are the Sam Nicole and Fifi Show, the dynamic mother-daughter duo here on YouTube. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And until next time, bye.